Hello everyone. So today we are going to test out the new calibration on Zwift for running. I am using a Garmin Footpod, and Garmin's Ant Plus is supported by the PC and the Mac on Zwift at the moment. iOS on Zwift is only supporting Bluetooth calibration. So I have calibrated already. When you log in and you start calibrating immediately. I ran at 10 kilometers. I ran at 10 kilometers per hour for 60 seconds, and then it auto calibrated after that. So we'll see if that calibration has taken effect. So let's start running and see what happens. As you can see, it's raining on Watopia today. So we're going to try and do around about 10k, but we'll see what happens because I've got something to do later on, so I might need to go. But we'll get going and then we'll see. So I've just started. Oh, apparently I've already done that 1.37 kilometers is the calibration that I did, so it's obviously included that. Oh, I've not got my heart rate set up. Hold on, I want to get my heart rate set up. Let's just go back a minute. Menu, pair, search for heart rate. Oh, that's because I'm not wearing my heart rate strap. Ha! Might make sense. Excuse me while I put this on. Quite the opposite to Zwift. It's absolutely glorious sunshine here in the UK on the south coast today. So right, come on then. Oh, Bluetooth is disabled. Let's just go up here. Where's my Bluetooth gone? Bluetooth. Turn Bluetooth on. There we are. Back to here. Search heart rate monitor. Come on. I can't get it to work. Oh dear. Why is it not working? Come on. Battery's alright on it, I'm sure. This is not a good start, is it? Come on, heart rate. Well, we're going to have to do without you, I'm afraid. I can't be sitting here all day. I've got it on the wrong way round. Do you think that makes a difference? Left, right. It does say left, right, so perhaps that does make a difference. I thought so, didn't you? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Right, let's go and find another heart rate monitor. Back in a second. Don't panic. I'm coming back. Right, I've got my 60 beat heart rate monitor now. See if that works. Ah, there we are. See? So it must be a battery issue then. Okay, right, let's get going again. So if you remember, what we're doing is we are calibrating, we're checking to see whether calibration is working well with Zwift. So let's start going again. The problem is, how will I know? I suppose I can, yeah, I can measure what, I need my average though, don't I? Not to worry, let's get going. So I've got my Garmin watch on, which is going to show me kilometres per minutes per kilometre, and Zwift will also show me minutes per kilometre, so we can see if they match up. Basically, they should be fairly close, not necessarily exact, but they should be fairly close. So, at the moment, let's just go a bit faster. Zwift is saying I'm doing about 5:55 per kilometre. My watch is telling me I'm doing 5:55 per kilometre. This is, yeah, about 5. I'm down to 6 on here now, hang on. Let's give it all a bit of time to settle in, shall we? Let's get a couple of kilometres under our belt and see how we're doing. .548, 550. Push it up a bit. Pretty darn close by the looks of it at the moment. It's very hot in my shed today. The sun's beaming down outside. There's not a lot of airflow through here. I really should get a fan in here. So that's saying 522 per kilometre. My watch is saying 525 per kilometre. Oh, now 520. it's really very close, isn't it? So what remains to be seen is whether we reach the same distance at the same time. The problem with that is I didn't start correctly because Zwift has included my time running to do the calibration test. So it's going to be a bit difficult to measure that. I think I started the watch when Zwift said about 1.3 kilometres. So we'll see. Also, of course, when I stopped to sort my heart rate out, the watch kept on running and Zwift stopped and paused. So we've got a problem there as well. So we might have to do this test again. But from a minutes per kilometre point of view, it looks pretty good at the moment. If you've never seen Zwift before, it was invented as a cycling tool, like a social training cycling game, but they've just in the past 6 months introduced running as an option. Still not quite fully there. All the people on the right hand side you can see listed. I'm in blue. And then everyone else is a real person as well. And they're all cycling or running like I am at home on their trainers or treadmills. If you like racing, there's plenty of races every single day on Zwift. And beginners up to elite athletes take part. Great way to test yourself against some really good riders. There's no running races as yet. $5.23 on Zwift per kilometre, $5.25 on my Garmin per kilometre. It's interesting though how the treadmill is there or thereabouts, running the same pace all the time. I mean, there is some slippage, and Zwift seems to be picking that slippage up whereas the Garmin is a little more lax about it. Kind of stays on the same pace for quite a while and then might move up a little bit or down a little bit. Zwift seems to be going up and down quite fast. My avatar looks like he's going very slowly, doesn't he? Just out for an afternoon stroll. You can see from my heart rate, I'm working a little bit. You can see the colours indicate which zone of your heart rate you're in. So I am currently in orange, which is, you know, threshold type zone. The only one above that is the red zone, which would mean you're working pretty anaerobically, or right at the top of threshold. It's probably something to do with the heat that's making my heart work a little harder than usual. So 3.75 kilometres into our little test of the new Zwift calibration, and so far I think we're not too bad at all. My Garmin watch is measuring just a fraction slower than Zwift is measuring, and you know, that's all to do with possibly the treadmill slipping and the calibration not being. It asks you to run at exactly 10 kilometers per hour. Well, that's very difficult to achieve because you don't know that the treadmill is definitely running at 10 kilometers an hour. You're not absolutely sure that your watch is running exactly 10 kilometers an hour. So it's difficult to judge so precisely, but Zwift does seem to be not far off at all. I mean, it'd be difficult to actually say which is correct, to be honest. The Zwift, the treadmill, or my watch. They're all, although my treadmill is old and knackered, so. Four kilometres in, Zwift is reading 5:19 per kilometre. My watch is reading 5:20 per kilometre. But at no point so far has my watch read a faster speed than Zwift. But I think probably when you average it all out, it's going to be pretty close. Thank you for the ride on, P Hope from Australia. Do you know what? I bet it's almost as hot in the UK as it is in Australia. Now my heart rate's gone funny, hasn't it? 79 BPM. Can't be right, can it? That's more like it, possibly. 192? No, that can't be right either. Look at that. That's ridiculous. Something wrong there. I'm certainly not. No. My heart rate is not 237 beats per minute. Please. I'm not going to die. Don't you worry about that. Where are you getting that from? Zwift is reading 5:21 per kilometre. My watch is reading 5:25 per kilometre. That heart rate is hilarious. I really hope I'm not beating it that fast, because I will be dying shortly. I'm sure I'm not. Yes, I am about to have a heart attack. I'm 47. The only other thing it could be doing is getting some erroneous heart rate signal from my other heart rate monitor, which might have just kicked into life for some reason. And now we're back down to 77. See, I don't think that's my heart rate either. I don't know. Let's play now. Let's see what my watch tells me my heart rate is. How about that? 158. Aerobic threshold zone. Aerobic zone, actually. Yeah, not threshold yet. Now threshold. 161. What's hot? Zwift bottle look. Shall we do 5k from scratch and see what happens? Let's do that. I'm going to log out and then log back in again. I think. Shall we do that? Yeah, okay, let's do that. So what we'll do now is we'll log out, log straight back in, and do 5k on the watch and on the Zwift at exactly the same time. I'll try and keep broadcasting as we do it. Okay. Come on, you can do it. Don't get stuck. Oh. Let's see if we've got a heart rate somewhere. Okay, heart rate. Okay, oh, hang on a minute. I don't want to ride, do I? No! Oh, what have I done that for? Sorry, close down again. Start up again. Okay, heart rate. And oh. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So when to start it, don't I? 5 seconds elapsed. Here we go. Right. So we're going to do 5 kilometers with the calibrated Footpod and see if it matches up, see how close we can get to 5 kilometers on the watch and 5 kilometers on the Zwift. We'll have a look when it gets to half a kilometre. South African, thank you very much for the ride on. Half a kilometre, 51, 51. So let's see if we can keep that up. Obviously you're aware my watch is completely independent of Zwift. So Zwift and my watch are totally separate, but they are both reading the data that is coming from my Garmin Footpod. Both have their own separate calibrations. So the Garmin Footpod broadcasts a default stride length. I think it's 1 metre. Now if your stride length is 1 metre, then the default calibration is fine for you pretty much. However, everyone's different, aren't they? So Garmin watches have a built-in calibration. They auto-calibrate when you run outside using GPS, and that gauges a calibration factor which is applied to the Footpod data when it gets to the watch. Zwift until now had none of that, so the data that came from the Footpod was just interpreted on Zwift as is. But now we have Footpod calibration on the Zwift app. So that too can now apply a calibration factor based on your own running. So that's what I did before I logged in to Zwift. It did the calibration on the pairing page. So let's see what it reads in 100 metres time. When we get to 1 kilometre. One kilometre has just flashed up on my watch. 5:31 for that kilometre. It's pretty good, isn't it? So let's carry on. A good test would be over a long period of time. I haven't really got time to do more than 5k, so that'll have to do. Heart rate is all over the place, so don't believe the heart rate. It's ridiculous sometimes. I am not running at 205 beats per minute. Maybe it's not tight enough. I think it must be a battery issue. Two heart rate monitors, 2 battery issues. Do you ever get an itch on your leg when you're running and you really, really want to scratch it, but you can't get down there? Okay, coming up to 1.5k. See what happens. 1.5, 1.5 on my watch. Really impressed so far. I wish I was running through the nice, cool evening air, like I seem to be on Zwift. Absolutely boiling in the UK today. Two, just ticked over to 2, so absolute minuscule difference there. So over the course of a marathon, say 42 kilometres, you might lose 100 metres, 50 metres maybe, seems to me. Maybe not even that. We might try a marathon someday when it's not so hot. I have already done a marathon on Zwift when running first opened up. If you want to see my marathon on Zwift or any other running videos, do subscribe to my Film My Run YouTube channel. Film My Run. I do a lot of filming of races, marathons and ultras in particular. The latest race I filmed was last weekend. I did a 100-kilometre race called the Serpent Trail here in the UK. Beautiful forests, and I filmed it in 360 degrees with a Garmin Verb 360 camera. So if you're interested in that, go and have a look on the YouTube channel. You can also go to my website, which is filmmyrun.com. Do also Do also subscribe to this channel, which is Zwift Rides, inappropriately named now because not only do I cycle but I do run on this channel as well. This is where I stream races and runs like this. Okay, just coming up to halfway now. 2.5 kilometres, bang. 249, 250 just gone. So we're 10 metres behind, I'd say, just under 10 metres behind. Not even that, 5 metres. It's nothing really, is it? And you could probably put that down to slippage on the mat of the treadmill, something like that. So hot. Got water in my Zwift bidon, which I won in a prize draw. Zwift is saying 5:15 per kilometre. My watch is saying 5:20 per kilometre. So now it's saying 5:15 and that's saying 5:13. So we're probably losing 2 or 3 metres per kilometre, I'd say. When I've measured speed and distance on Zwift before, I've often talked about how it feels, and this feels right. It feels like I'm running at around about 5:12, 5:15 per k. So I'm very happy, because before I definitely felt that Zwift was going a lot faster than I was actually running. 3k, let's see. There, 3k's just gone there. 10 metres. So 10 metres every 3 kilometres. So, yeah, you're going to lose a couple of 100 metres maybe on a marathon. Heart rate all over the place again. I am not running at 77 beats per minute. Much more like that, 167 beats per minute. Let's bump it up a bit. Just for the last 1.5 kilometres or so. .48, 49, 3.5 kilometres, 3.5 kilometres there. Really pleased with this. Okay, 4.33 per kilometre on the Zwift, 4.35 per kilometre on the watch. I hope you like my salubrious shed, my man cave, with my battered old treadmill and my battered old felt bike on the right hand side there, which you probably can't see. It's very hot in here today. .430, 4.29 per kilometre. 4 kilometres just ticked over on Zwift. 4 kilometres just ticked over on my watch. So we'll do 1 more kilometre, but we know, don't we, it's fairly good. Metres to go. Twice round a running track. Zwift is reading 4.30 per kilometre. This watch is reading 4.30 per kilometre. Heart rate is a bit high, but I think that's the sun, the heat is doing that. I do find it difficult to keep cool in the heat. 4:49. 4.5 kilometres. Now, yeah, 4.5. Coming to the end, 400 metres or so to go. Four 4.75. Definitely 10 metres behind now on that. $200 to go. Well, it's been very good. Do subscribe to Film My Run, filmmyrun.com and the Film My Run YouTube channel. And this is Zwift Ride's YouTube channel. 5 kilometres on Zwift, 5 kilometres on my watch. So, as near as damn it, I don't think you can argue with that. Well done, Zwift. So I've finished with my watch measuring 5.07 and Zwift measuring 5.08. There's really nothing in it at all, is there? I don't think we could say that Zwift has done a bad job there at all. That's great. Okay guys, that's it. I've got to go out to my children's school summer fair, so I need to get going. Thank you very much for watching, guys. And we'll see you another time. Let's get my little lovely outro screen. Take care, bye, guys. Bye.